Hello and welcome to brand new airport preview time once again. That place in the background during the fly past was the town of Huntley, and we'll come back to that. Now around the Auckland area there are a few airfields, and around the Hamilton area there are a few airstrips there too. But if you travel the main road between Auckland and Hamilton, there's not much in the middle. So to try and fill in the gap, I was looking at the town of Huntley, as it's about halfway. It's a nice looking location with the river there, and it seemed big enough where there could possibly be an airfield, but unfortunately I don't think there is one. We might still get a fantasy Huntley airfield one day, but that's for the future if I ever do, because just north of Huntley I found a genuine airstrip, which is XNZOH Ohinewai. Now this one is quite interesting because when you're driving around on the roads, you've probably seen the maximum height barriers at entrances to car parks or places like that, where if your vehicle hits the barrier when you go underneath it, then it's too tall. Well, this airfield has a similar kind of thing, but in reverse, because at the threshold at this end are roads, a railway, lights, power lines, and all sorts of stuff that you really don't want to run into. So they have a rope with some markers on it as a visual reference of a minimum altitude, which is not something you see every day. If you think you can clear the rope marker and still get down and stopped, best of luck with that. I'm sure it is possible, but certainly not in a plane like this one. But fortunately for larger aircraft, the approach from the other side is nice and easy. There's a big open field with nothing in the way apart from the fence at the end of the runway. So you can land a bigger aircraft here, but only coming in one way. But what is interesting with this approach is you may be able to spot the house where Harry lives. At weekends he often takes his dog down to the local lake. The dog enjoys swimming out a short way, then he just stops moving and floats there for hours in one spot. His dog is a very good boy. Let's a closer look at those clearance altitude markers. On very old street view pictures, it did have those two white objects hanging on the rope, but the photo was too blurred to make out any detail of what they were. My best guess is the plastic carrier bags like you get at supermarkets, probably filled with kimchi flavoured noodles so that you have a nice garlicky aroma drifting across the airfield. But that is a guess, because with more recent and better quality street view pictures the markers have gone and the rope is actually half hanging down in some of them. So I'm thinking that with the clearance altitude device somebody might not have made the clearance altitude. but I've gone with the original version with the markers, as that's more interesting and easier to see in the sim as well. That helps. So that was XNZOH Ohinewai Airfield, which I think is quite a nice place and also a bit unique with the altitude markers. I'm sure they do exist at other airfields, but I've never made a scenery with stuff like that in there before. So if you like the look of it, then as always, my new stuff gets uploaded at xplane.org, and you can also get a copy from my mega folder too. Give it a try, and fingers crossed you don't run into anything. Until next time, see you soon. Bye.